Hello from Arizona. My name's Cal, and I want to welcome you to Tough Trails and the Arizona monsoon. All right, in this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to strip out this little 92 Scout project. We're going to get all the interior out of it. We're going to pull the fuel tank off of it and get her all pressure washed, cleaned up, and clean up all the carpet and stuff. So stay tuned. We got a good show for you. All right. All right, guys. So let's talk about this a little bit. Okay. So this is the back of the 92 Scout project. Okay. Couple things is I'm going to make a custom bumper out of rock sliders off a four-door Jeep JK or JL or whatever it is. And another thing I'm going to do is I got to drop this fuel tank and change out that fuel pump. But as you'll notice, if you look at the blocks here, see, this thing's got a 3-inch body lift on it. So what I'm going to do with that, what that causes, is it causes this great big gap on top of your fuel tank. See it there? So I'm going to create a lift kit for the fuel tank and put that up, and I'm going to lift that fuel tank up 3 inches. I just don't like it hanging down there. It looks like a, I don't know, for lack of a better term, just like this big old nutsack hanging there, and it's just out of place. It doesn't need to be there. So we're going to get her up high and tight and out of the way. Okay? All right, cool. All right, guys, before we get too far ahead of ourselves here, I'm already missing some video here for you. So basically what we're doing is we're taking a rock slider off of JK, and we're going to make a back bumper out of it and a set of rock sliders for the 92 Scout project right there. Okay, so you can see here we've already cut off this part, and this part right here will be part of our rock slider, and this is what our bumper is going to be right here. It's going to go like that, so it basically sit like this. Okay, so what I'm about to do is I'm about to cut right here. Okay, and then I'm going to cut right about here, and then I'm going to bring this piece in and I'm going to weld it to this piece, and that's going to give me a 60 or 61 inch bumper to cover. And what that'll do is means I don't have to cut these off, and they'll end up square, because the distance from here to here is the distance we're going to cut here, so it's going to even it out, and that's how we're going to do it. And then we'll make, I still got some grinding and stuff to do. You can see where I cut off right there, and on the inside pretty bad, so I got to clean it up a lot, but we'll get that done too. Okay, all right. Okay, guys, so you can kind of see it now. So we got her cut out, and we're about 62.5 inches is what we are. And what I'm going to do is I put this piece of angle iron in here to kind of give me a guide, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack these right now and see if I can hold that in place and see how it looks, and then I can hold it up to the tracker and see if, or the sidekick, and see if that works. And then I've got all this ugly stuff I got to clean up. Okay, so I just want to catch you up before I do anything else. Okay, cool. Oh, and if you didn't understand it, what I had done, see, that's what I took out. These are the pieces that I took out, and these possibly later on will be the legs that hold on the rock sliders if they're long enough. We'll see. Okay, cool. Okay, so see, there we go. So this is what we were going for. So we took a JK rock slider. We got a pair of them for $100. We just chopped up one and made us a bumper for the back of our 92 Scout project. So, and you can see here, I want to point out fine, awesome rookie beginning welds. Amazing. Fortunately, I got grinders. We can clean that up a little bit. So we got to clean up this right here as well, and this right here. And it's just kind of mocked up right now. It's just kind of sitting there. That's about where I want it to go. If I can get this to, yeah, well, it's just sitting there. So anyway, that's how to go. It'll look just like that. Okay. All right, you are caught up. Okay, guys, just want to catch you up here. So this is a mock-up, but this is about, I think this is where we're going to go with it, okay? And remember that fuel tank right there is going to go up 3 inches as well. So that's going to take a little clutter out of the back here. But this is how I want to do it. And this is how I do my other bumpers. And I do it right there where that spare can sit on that. And that helps when you're out there bouncing around and flying off of stuff. The weight of this tire right here really pulls on this tailgate. So by putting a bumper on there to help carry some of that weight, it does help out a lot. So it's going to go like that. Okay, so I'm going to make some mounts for it. I don't know if you can see in here or not. I'm going to make some mounts coming out of there for it. Okay, all right, you're kind of caught up. All right, cool. All right, guys, so what we're going to do, had a rainstorm last night, pretty good, unexpected. So what we're going to do today, we got this bumper pulled back out of the way. We had just mocked it up, but what I'm going to do today is I'm dropping this fuel tank. Okay, this fuel tank's going to get dropped, and there's a new fuel pump in it anyway. And I'm going to make a lift kit for the fuel tank, and I'm going to get that fuel tank up about 3 more inches. So if you can see in here, you can look at all that real estate in there. Okay, so we're not doing that. Okay, so we're going to pull that fuel tank today, drop that, and make us a lift kit for it. Okay, and here you can see there's just a couple of return lines, the fuel line, return line. Here's a vent line. Here's this right here. You've got 4 bolts that hold the tank in place, and then I've got electrical wire right here that you disconnect. Okay, and the tank can just drop right out. Okay, I usually do it with a floor jack, and I slowly let it come down. So okay, but anyway, that's what we're going to do today. All right, cool. All right, so first thing before we start this is we're going to disconnect the battery, which doesn't have a battery in it, so it's already disconnected. And then we're going to disconnect your fuel gauge fitting right here, the black one, and then this white one right here is for your fuel pump itself. This is what gets you power to your fuel pump. Okay, and then we're going to crawl up under here, and we're going to take off this hose clamp right here, and this hose clamp, and the hose clamp back there. Okay, all right, cool. All right, guys, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. So if you can see in here, we disconnected the fuel return line and the evap line right here. Okay, so those are done. All right, still have to get this vent line for your filler tube right here. Here's your plugins for it, for your fuel pump and your sending unit. And then when you get up underneath here, I can get you up in here. Up here, as you can see, this right here is a 17 millimeter that goes to your fuel filter. Okay, and then you have this bolt here. There's 4 of them, 14 millimeter. This one here, I've already taken out. And then up in here, you have them. See it there, there. Okay, I think you can see it. Okay, all right. And now we're going to do a floor jack, and we're going to drop this thing. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So everything's disconnected. The jack's in place. Now we get everything disconnected. This will pull out when we drop the tank, and all your lines are disconnected. Your fuel filter is disconnected in the back. All 4 mounting bolts are done. Your electrical's out, and now we're going to just take and slowly lower the tank. Okay, all right, and there we have it. 1 fuel tank extraction, and all that room up in there I got. Okay, now I can bust out a pressure washer and start cleaning a little bit. I think what I'm going to do next is inside's getting stripped. We're going to strip the inside next. Okay, all right, guys, there you go. All right, before I get too far ahead of myself here, so we just took the panel off. This one actually popped out fairly easy. You see we only missed a couple, but and those panels are not that bad. But I wanted to show you. So your little door handle here is held on by this little clip. Just your little skinny screwdriver like I did. Pop that out of there. Your armrest is just a couple of screws, Phillips screws. See them? No biggie. And then here, what it is this is your door latch release. And this just swings over, okay? Just swing it over like that, and it's held in place with a 1 single Phillips screw, okay? And you pop that out, and this comes right out as well. Pull your door panel off nice and easy, and you'll be good. And now we're going to go do the other side, okay? Oh, one thing I want to look at too, or show you while I got it, because I'm about to take it out. Back seat is in the up position, and see how you have access now? to your bolts. So I'm going to get those first, and then I'm going to flip the seat back, and then we'll get the front ones right there. Okay? Can you see them? Right there on both sides. All right, cool. And then seat belts will come out right there. You can see the bolts down there. All this plastic is coming out as well. And then this carpet is coming out. Okay? And probably these seat belts as well. All right, cool. All right, guys, before I get too far ahead of myself here. So you can see the seats out. The panels are off right now. Center console stuff's out of there. I'm going to pull that CB radio out of there if I can figure out how I put it in. It's been a long, long time ago since I put that in. And now we're taking the seatbelt towers off, that you can see here. Let me get in a better position for you. So now on our builds, we usually put some kind of a utility or a storage box or, you know, something back here. I'm not really sure what we want to do, but for now we're going to take these seatbelt towers out. So you can see the bolts there. Your seatbelts come out down here with a 14. Okay, same up front when you take the seatbelts out, those are 14 millimeter. All your seats and stuff are 12 millimeters. So, but we're going to pull these towers off for right now, and then I'm going to come back and pull this panel off. You see, these just have those bumper clips on them, so we're going to pop those out. This doesn't look like it's savable, but you know, we kind of make our own door panels here anyway. So anyway, the sill's up, so I'm going to finish taking these towers out, and then we're going to rip out the carpet. Okay? All right, guys, cool. Okay, so get that CB out, and everything's just about out except for some trash, and it's pretty well stripped out. The towers are out in the back seats out, all that. So next, what we're going to do is it's time to get the carpet out. So we're going to get the carpet out next, and then we're going to push this back out, get the pressure washer, and we're going to go to town. Okay? All right, guys, cool. All right, guys, so we are all stripped out. All right, we got a pressure washer set up. We got our carpet laid out right here. We're going to pressure wash it too. Okay, I'm going to pull that bumper off. It's just sitting there anyway. But now we're going to pressure wash this inside of this. Blast all this out. As you can see, I've already kind of started. I was having trouble with the hose, and pressure washer didn't want to act right, and you know how that works. And we're going to clean up in here a lot as well. And one of the things we're going to do is we're going to weld our bumper mounts on. And we're also going to weld on a fuel tank lift kit. And then we're going to change out those struts for long travel struts. I'm sorry, shocks, long travel shocks. And these springs are going to come out. These are 2-door springs, and we're going to replace them with 4-door springs. 4-door springs are a little bit taller. So we're going to put the 4-door springs on there as well. Okay, so I need all that cleaned up because there's going to be some touching up and some detailing up underneath there. Okay, but right now we just got to get her clean, get some of this dirt and gunk off of it that's been sitting on it for years and years. Okay, so there we go. You see what it looks like. Okay, all right. We're also going to change out the 2-door springs off the front as well. Put the 4-door springs from a 4-door on it as well. Get a little bit more out of it, but it's already up. You know, this one's already up 5-6 inches already. So I'm just looking for a stiffer trail ride at this point. So we will put the extended travel struts up front, and just like we did on, I think the Overland build, the tin top, we did the camber on that one, and we welded the ears from the original struts onto the 93 GM Pontiac struts. We're going to do the same thing on this one as well and get that up. That worked out real well on the tin top. Okay, so anyway, there we go. So let me get busy here. Okay, all right, cool. All right, guys, pressure washed these pieces out. That looks like it needs a little bit more. And what I did is I used Simple Green in a spray bottle, and I just soaked it with that. And then I took a pressure washer and washed this carpet down. These carpets generally come out pretty good. So I mean, there's some stains on it, you can see. So, and then over here, we got up under the fender wells real good because we're going to be doing some work under there, and that's probably going to get some paint and detail. And the plugs are out on the floor. So cleaned all that out. Target top is off. Again, back here is all cleaned up. So, and all that especially. So I'm gonna do a lot of work up underneath there. So, but anyway, wanted you to see it. And there we go. So now we're ready to start doing what we got to do and then slowly start putting it back together. All right, guys, thank you. All right, guys, so the four-door springs are all cleaned up, ready to go. Looks like the carpet is pretty dry from today. And this is Arizona. It's like 112 degrees today. So here's the other piece of carpet. Looks like it's okay as well. And then you can see the inside got all stripped out today, pressure washed, target top is off, all that's done. So we'll have a clean slate to start working on, and we'll start putting this thing back together and making the modifications and stuff that we need to make all this work and come together for us. And you can see all that room I got underneath that rear end there. So okay, cool. All right.